you flattered by that?
Yeah, I was.
Yes, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
well, that's natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I mean, like any other board member, in fact, I ended up being on COW's board for, uh, God, 15 plus years. The, at first, I mean, just like any other new board member, uh, yes, I was independent, but I really didn't understand what independent living really meant until I actually spent more and more time uh, on the board, and uh, you know, and asked to get involved in some of the advocacy activities that were going on the side. There was like there was a consumer advisory group, and that was the stuff that was interesting me because frankly, I know you sit on the board now, John. I know you sit on the board. The I mean, a lot of the stuff is kind of dry and boring. Let's face it, and I'll say it. I mean, I actually sit on another independent living centers board, so so that so I was spending more time doing that. It was kind of like I think it was like the consumer advisory group. Then there was only a few people, but more and more people started getting involved with that, and I was asked to attend those meetings on behalf of the board. Well, when I left my very last corporate America job, and while I was in between jobs, I was doing participating in a lot more advocacy related events for CLW. In fact, I was working with some staff members in the independent living services department, and while doing that, I was able to take some courses, like through the Disability Policy Consortium on Advocacy 101. I actually started taking up classes that teach you how to be a community access monitor, and that's the art of knowing what the accessibility codes are, both ADA and the Massachusetts code through the Architectural Access Board. Well, that gave me exposure to other like statewide meetings with other independent living centers. Well, lo and behold, who's who's an executive director at another independent living center, but someone that I met at Mass Hospital School.
So it really came around full circle.
Yeah. So I was, telling them how I'm in between jobs and how I'm doing, doing all this stuff on a volunteer, basis. And I'll give him a prop, Paul Spooner. He said, Mike, why don't you come work for me? Because I couldn't work for CLW because I was on the board.
On the board, right.
So, so he invited me to work for him. I, did, like, updated my resume, interviewed, got the job, and, worked there for 5 years. And a position very similar to what I'm doing now opened up here at CLW. I was I had 15 years on CLW's board, and I was ready to step down from the board anyways.
And utilize your talents elsewhere.
Yeah. Plus the my commute instead of 27 miles door to door is now 6 miles door to door. Right. And as much as I loved my job out in Framingham, I loved my co-workers and working for Paul, I just never liked Framingham. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I just didn't like Framingham.
Those train tracks, they cut up the.
Yeah, they do. They do.
They cut it up.
Yeah. Oh my God. And oh, you wouldn't believe how much of a pain those things are, because it just so happens Metro West Center for Independent Living is like a mile away from there, so you have to go that way.
Okay.
So.
So we can
Yeah.
complain about Framingham
Yeah.
being from Worcester.
Yeah. I don't know. It was I don't know. I just love the city. It's a gritty charm. I don't know what the hell it is. Plus, it's my I don't know. My roots are actually Worcester related. My father was born and raised in Worcester, and my mother, I believe, was born and raised in Auburn, but she actually worked I believe down in Maine South. So. My whole history is all around
Right,
here.
and you said Milford, that's Worcester County. Framingham is
Oh,
Middlesex
yeah.
County, so.
Yeah.
We've already,
Yeah.
we've already distanced
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah, so since I've been here, I first started as like the ADA outreach coordinator. Now it's more ADA access, advocacy. My job has just really morphed into a lot of duties as assigned, and they're all things that I'm really comfortable with doing, and I'll finally get to the answer. That's when I really started understanding independent living, and in my work I've been doing, I've been able to help so many people along the way.
Do you identify in particular with people who are on wheels like you, or is it?
Well, yeah. Obviously, they're gonna, be, at Center for Living Working. I mean, we work with all different disabilities, and so I've worked with, every type of, person with a disability. But yeah, I am going to identify mostly with people that use the wheelchairs, and of course spinal cord injuries.
Right.
And like I say, I've been able to help a lot of people out in my capacity that way, and
It
you know
sounds
what?
like you've learned
Yeah.
as you've gone along too. That
Oh yeah.
that things that again, it sounds like you weren't deterred.
No. No.
But you were open and receptive to, to explore different things.
Oh, absolutely. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be, you don't want to be stagnant. You want to be able to reinvent yourself. And again, it does. There's nothing that makes my day better than to enable someone else to be more independent. Even, one of the core services that independent living centers offer is, we call it the, peer counseling, peer support. Even if we don't provide any service at all except just to listen and, let them, let our consumers vent, it's huge. Because, there's a lot of, a lot of our consumers, they really, they've been in difficult situations all their life.
Right. And they're, woe is me, and...
Yeah, so, if I'm able to help them, pick them up, pick themselves up by the bootstraps and, make themselves and their lives better, that's all I need.
Right.
And what I really like about here, we had same thing at Metro West. And, well, in all honesty, anywhere I've ever worked, I've been blessed with the ability to get along with people, and most people genuinely like me, and I try to, I like to, just be that positive influence. So like I say, even my co-workers, if they have a bad day, they know they can vent with me, and and they end up feeling better, and when you're feeling better, about yourself and everything, and life in general, you're able to do help our consumers, which is why we're all here.
Well, it sounds again like you have a very positive attitude.
Yeah.
and you seized opportunities rather than ran away from them.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we all have good days and bad days, my personality type's always been easygoing. If something does piss me off, I just get it out of my system right away. But for whatever reason, I'm really, really patient with people. It's inanimate objects that make me crazy. And anybody who knows me is very well aware of that. So like when I press the enter button on the computer, do
It
something.
better work.
Yeah.
It better work.
Don't be spinning
Dawdling.
that. Yeah, don't be dawdling. Don't
No
be spinning
dawdling.
that stupid little, that little globe around and around and around and around.
Right.
All right, just
The hourglass.
enter. Oh yeah, the hourglass.
The hourglass.
Enough. Just do it. Enter. So that's so that's kind of how my life's been. That's how it's been, and I mean we have challenges every day now. Again, being 55 now, part of that first generation of spinal cord injuries that fully expected to live a long life.
Right.
Back in the early 1900s, I mean, a spinal cord injury was pretty much a death sentence. Neuromuscular diseases, my God, at Mass Hospital School, I had, a lot of friends I met that had muscular dystrophy, they end up passing away by their early 20s. My God, now 40s, 50s, 60s. So it's just amazing the medical technology that's gone on. But now, of course, it just brings along that new phenomenon. Right. It's like, oh, geez, now you're living longer and longer. So so now we got to work on these dynamics.
Right, and what's the plan? Where the plan before was.
Yeah.
Could be snuffed, and
Yeah.
now it's elongated.
Yeah. So I mean, part of the advocacy I do is just to have all the same opportunities someone without a disability can have, to be fit. Whether it's
mention the exercise.
Yeah, exercise. So whether so these fitness clubs, there are access codes there. Each exercise station, you got to have at least 3 feet between each one. So one can navigate from station to station.
Right.
Other sports recreational opportunities, they're all out there, and I try to learn about as many of them as I can, so I can pass that along to consumers or anyone who calls CLW to find out what opportunities they have.
What's available? Right. What's available?
Yeah.
If you could sum up your life in one phrase, what would you say your life is about?
It's well, I'd say live the day. You can't change the past, and plan for the future, but don't obsess over it. And just appreciate every day that you have. And just tell people, especially your family, your loved ones, that you love them. That's all.
Great. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
It was very.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. We're going to take it from the top. Let's just say